think it's the artist's job to sort of be the new, the television and the storyteller, that we don't need to have the television because we have the artist.
To create an intention for the future.
For the future.
Yeah. They're like visionaries. They can, you know, use their creativity towards visioning the future in some way.
Why is art important to you?
I think art is important to me because it's just, I think art is a bridge between people. Like it's, like as an artist, you're creating something and then the viewer or the person who buys it or whatever, they see the art and it communicates something to them, so it's like a bridge of communication.
It's been shifting to very decorative corporate commercial work from the beginning.
So, Theodore, why is art important?
For me, it's one of the cornerstones of our culture.
Tell me, what's important about art? Why art?
He's already starting with the loaded questions.
I mean, I've always done art. I think that what's most important about it is, I mean, art's a very personal thing. So when you start to share it with the world, it becomes kind of a different thing. But I think that everyone finds something different in art. You know, it's decoration for your house, but it's also, you know, it helps other people out. I'm kind of seeing art as a product the same as a farmer's market. You know what I mean? So, like, people make art because they have to make it, and you know, people buy art. There's buyers and makers, right? That's what it is. So you kind of need to be together. You know?
So it's like farmer's market. Is it something nourishing?
Yeah, for sure. I think it. Yeah, I think art always helps people out. I think it makes you feel good. It makes you think. You know, we were just talking about how art is not harmful. I don't support places that don't support art. You know. And this is Jesse.
Jesse, why is art important?
Personally, it's just, at least for me, it's just like a total escape. I mean, I feel that I have to make art. Like if I go like a week or two without making anything, I feel sick. Like it's totally like, I guess you can call it like a self-medication kind of. Instead of cocaine, I paint. So, you know.
I'm not the same person if I'm not making art, you know. I mean, and I'm not going to make a little bit of art, I'm going to make a lot of art. You talked to this guy too, right?
Yeah, he tried. I'm camera shy.
So this is Theodore Hull from the Columbia Gorge. He is first Friday of August feature artist. He's in 2 venues. You have the most art that's anyone's ever had on this whole street in two different places. I know. Anyway, man, it's really good to have you. We talked today how you're a perfect bridge between outsider street art and fine artists, which I think is really, I mean, that's like you're a kind of a primitivist fine artist.
Kind of a visionary surrealist, expressionist.
And you're a writer.
Art brute kind of writer, yeah, mixed.
I told people you were a maker and a fixer today.
Yeah, a storyteller. But I just sold like almost a $3,000 piece for $3.33 a month.
Really? Your long-term thing?
That's like 5 years into the future. But it's more like if I don't get rid of them, I can't move in my studio.
Right. So I just need to ask you one question. I was in your guys' studio, and you unearthed this really sweet piece that was made of all these little small pieces, and we put that in City Hall. Like, can you just tell me how did you do that? Like, where the hell did that come from? Like, how many pieces is that? Like, together. It's in City Hall right now.
I took the idea of like making art in sketchbooks, and I put that onto wood. Because every artist that I've ever met, their sketchbooks is where the gold is, right? You see their art and it's great, and then you look in their sketchbook and that's where all the penises are.
Yeah.
You know, that's where all the
we're like, you know, penis.
That's
City Hall penis. Yeah. City Hall penis.
You know, that's where all the stuff is that they're kind of embarrassed about. You're like, God, this is great. So I abandoned my sketchbooks and I started putting everything on wood panels. Everything. I don't do sketchbooks at all anymore. If I do sketchbooks, I end up gluing those pages onto wood.
Right.
And so I have piles and piles of art all over the studio. And I was doing a show with a writer. I got invited to be a show at Glyph.
Yeah.
Remember Glyph?
Yeah, for sure.
They were celebrating writers and artists simultaneously. And the show that I was in, a writer named Lindsay Hill had written a book called Sea of Hooks. And the book it took him like 19 years to write.
Crazy.
And every paragraph was a chapter, right, in the book. And so I got inspired to make this piece out of all this stuff I've been piling up. And some of the pieces in that painting are 19 years or 20 years old.
Crazy.
And so I combined that idea of like taking 20 years to make a painting over the course of 3 weeks. So I made a painting that took me 20 years to make in 3 weeks.
Cool, man. That's awesome. And you have a total write-up on it.
Yeah, and that has the title is like a poem that is kind of every painting kind of instigated a little part of the line of that poem for that painting. So
Awesome.
She might live in